Hi everyone and welcome back. So today we're about halfway through Veganuary, so as a treat I've decided I'm going to attempt to make a vegan sponge cake. Now in the past when I've tried to make sponge cake it's not gone too well. To be fair, when I've tried to bake anything it's gone awfully. So hopefully today will go well. So let's see what ingredients we'll need. So for the ingredients for this sponge cake you are going to need 150 grams of some dairy-free spread and then a little bit extra just to coat the tins for when you bake them. You are also going to need 300 grams of self-raising flour. You will need 300 milliliters of some non-dairy milk. So today we're using oat milk. You will need 1 vanilla pod with the seed scraped or a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You need 1 tablespoon of cider vinegar. Now I may have got the wrong one, but this is the only one that the supermarket had, so we'll see. You want 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate soda. And finally you're going to need 200 grams of golden caster sugar. So these are all the ingredients that you will need to make the cake recipe. The filling we will get to later on. Alright, so now we've seen the ingredients, what you want to do first is you want to preheat the oven to around 180 degrees Celsius. That's 160 degrees Celsius if you have a fan oven, and that's gas mark 4 for any other oven. Once you've done this, we want to then take 2 lots of 20 centimeter cake tins and just line them with some baking parchment and some dairy-free butter. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our dairy-free milk and you want to add just a tablespoon of your cider vinegar, and now you just want to leave that in there for a few minutes just until it starts to go lumpy. As we're waiting for that, I'm going to start mixing our dry ingredients. So the next step is to put half of the vanilla seeds into the bowl. So we're just going to use a teaspoon. And then we want to add all of our other ingredients. So our 300 grams of self-raising flour, our 200 grams of golden granulated sugar, our 150 grams of dairy-free spread or butter, and then a teaspoon of bicarbonate soda. So now it's been a few minutes, you just want to add your dairy-free milk. Now it's okay if it doesn't go lumpy, but as long as you've waited about 5 minutes, it should be fine. And then you want to mix it all in with either a wooden spoon or an electric whisk. Now I'm going to use a wooden spoon because on the website that this recipe was from, people had recommended a wooden spoon is better. So we're just going to start mixing all the ingredients in until it's smooth and a batter consistency. So once you're done, your batter should look smooth, a bit like this. I'm just going to divide this into the 2 cake tins. Okay, so I kind of failed the cake, as you can see. So hopefully today will go well. It's a bit too thin, so what I've done is I've remade the right amount of batter and I poured that into 1 cake, and I'm going to cook that cake in half because this does not count as a cake, I'm afraid. It is very thin. So this is attempt number 2. Hopefully a little thicker. Okay, so let's see how the cake's turned out. Hopefully it will be better than the last attempt. So we'll take it out and we'll just give it the prick test. So just want to see if it will come out clean in there. And if it comes out clean, like it has, it means it's fine. Okay, so we're just going to leave the cake to cool down. Shouldn't take too long, but we're going to transfer it to a wire rack, and you should too. This will help speed up the cooling process, and once they're fully cooled down, I'll attempt to cut it in half, and then we'll spread the jam and the buttercream on top. So stay tuned. Okay, so the cake's now cooled down, however, there's a bit of an issue and a mishap. So I'll show the cake now. So as you can see, it didn't turn out great. I followed the recipe how it said. The only issue I may have got wrong is I accidentally had too big of a cake tin, and it got destroyed when I tried to pick it up. So today we're going to be making cake pops instead of an actual cake, because I don't want to waste this. So we're going to get into that. Okay, so now we've thoroughly messed this recipe up. What you want to do is you want to get your ice in, and you just want to start crumbling the cake into the icing. Now you can use as much of the cake as you want, as little. At this point, I don't think it matters. As you can see, the cake's probably not even properly cooked because it's me and I'm used to undercooking things. Now, if this was a normal food and not dessert, probably would have nailed it. But when it comes to dessert, I just cannot for the life of me cook raw. So I got a blitz for Christmas, and I feel like what better way to try it out than now. So yeah, you just want to keep mixing until it's all covered. Luckily for me, I have another cake. It's a bit drier that I'm going to attempt to use. So, I won't lie, this is the first time I'm making cake pops, which is shocking considering how many times I've actually messed up a cake recipe. But yeah, so once you've got to this, you basically are done. You just either want to let it cool down first, or you can roll it into balls and then freeze them and then dip them into chocolate. Honestly, I'm just going to leave it like this because there's no one else living here, so no one else is going to get to enjoy this treat. Okay, so I'm very sorry for this absolutely awful video. Yeah, hopefully I will get some better cake tins and just try and perfect this recipe, and then once I do, we can try this again. If you'd like to see that, if you'd like to see me attempt another cake, then leave a comment below or like this video so I can see if people enjoyed this. And with that, I'll just leave it there and we'll say goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one. So goodbye.